Grand Concert has just dropped and you're wondering on how to get better rating UMAs or just improve your runs overall, don't worry, these tips will help you. The first step will be focusing on getting rainbow training on one card as soon as possible. Grand Life Scenario rewards you heavily for doing rainbow trainings instead of a normal training. Doing a rainbow training will give you two types of coin, while if you do a normal training, it will only give you one type of coin. On the junior year, you want to focus heavily on a single card bond and the light hello card. So let's say my Agnes Dakyon or Kita-san bond is really high after the first few turns. I will try to click on the trainings that has them and obviously light hello because she gives you 20 coins if her event lands. It might be a little bit super counterintuitive if you have played umamusume for a long time, because from the previous scenario, we usually want to focus on the lower card bonds to get it to rainbow equally across the board. However, this is different in this scenario. Grand Life rewards you for doing early rainbow trainings because it simply just gives you more coins. Therefore, you have more coins and you can buy more songs as a result from this. Obviously, if there is 3 cards in a training or more, you will still click this over a single light halo training or a Kita-san training for example. The next step is avoid pressing the raise button. Grand Concert is a scenario that is a very training heavy based scenario. Racing in this scenario is the worst button that you can press when it comes to any button that you can click in this scenario. This is because racing doesn't give you coins and consume turn and energy. It's not worth it because you lose out on the coins that can give you skill points, stats, and more songs in return that you get from clicking training itself. If your UMA have a goal that requires you to race, for example, Christmas over on the senior year, it will be the only time you click the race button. Otherwise, just avoid pressing the race button and do the goals that your UMA have. This is also one of the reasons why Kita-san Black is harder to train in the Grand Concert scenario as opposed to some other UMAs. Kita-san Black has like 11 races in total from her goals in the scenario. This is like 3 more turns in race than training compared to some other UMA like Oguri who only needs to do 9 races in total. This effectively means that you lose out on 3 turns that can give you coins. 3 turns is already a huge loss in the coins department. If it's like a regular training, 30 to 40 coins in total, and if it's a rainbow training, of course it jumps up double the amount. Tip number 3 is holding your energy recovery lesson for the crucial turns. In Grand Concert, there is really no punishing deadline to buy out the lessons from the songs until the actual live turns. This is not the same as track versus scenario where you are constantly pressured to buy items as soon as they pop up in the shop. Therefore, you have time to hold your lessons, which is specifically the energy recovery lessons for training turns that are really good. For example, the 3 speed rainbow training turn. Now, there are some turns where you already did a lot of training and suddenly a 3 speed rainbow training pop up and you actually do not have enough energy to do it. One way to let you click this is by buying out the energy lessons and let you click the rainbow training. With regards to this, you can also hunt the energy recovery lesson for those crucial turns. You can start spending the coins on the good training turns to roll for this energy recovery lesson. There's also no demerit to spending the coin whenever you like, so you can also do it this way if you prefer it. The next step will be understanding song and coins management. Alright, with some of these small tips out of the way, I want to give a major tip regarding understanding songs and the coin management for the Grand Concert scenario, because this is the most important aspect when it comes to the scenario itself. There is 5 coins in Grand Concert, and for simplicity's sake, we'll just tie them to the trainings, which is speed coins, stamina, power, gut, and wit coin. Here is the required amount of coins you need to get all these songs in the career. If you have noticed, the speed coin and the guts coin or visual coin is required the most to buy out the songs, and power coins is required the least. From this comes the next tip. Always prioritize saving your guts coin and use other coins first to learn the lesson. Guts coin is the hardest coin to come by and is the most used coin to buy the songs. So avoid spending this coin to learn your lesson and only use them for buying the songs. One of the main reasons that this coin is hardest to get as well is that we do not run any guts card in the deck that can give us more coins because we will click more guts training if we have a guts card in the deck. Speed coin being the second most used is still fine to be used for learning lessons. This is because mainly the deck format is 2 or 3 speed card in the deck and we will simply be clicking more speed training. This results in you getting a lot of speed coins in turn. That is why it is also safe to spend these speed coins to learn the lessons. Alright, that's basically all you need to know for understanding the coin management. Let's move on to the songs management. Here is where the next tip comes, which is picking the correct songs. This is pretty obvious, but there are some songs that will give you better results for the career runs than a couple other songs. Here is the list of the songs that you need to prioritize. In the junior year, these are these 3 songs that you should prioritize over the other songs. That is Run and Run, Here Comes Our Time, and Full Speed Ahead. These 3 songs gives you friendship training boosts that total up to 15%. If you want to high roll a career run, getting all these 3 will help a lot. If you only get 2 of this song, that is still fine. You still get 10% friendship bonus after you do the live. The career run is still runnable. However, if you do not get any of this friendship training song, just end the run right there. Your career is brick. In the classic year, there is only 2 songs that you really need to prioritize over the others. This is the Run for Our Dreams and Grow Up and Shine. Both of these songs give you skill point bonus. This is very crucial in getting very high skill points by the end of the career, because we get all these skill points from training and not racing. If you miss these songs, you will lose out on a lot of skill points, and as a result, you will miss out on a lot of skills by the end of the career itself. Lastly, on the senior year, the songs that you need to prioritize are the friendship training boost ones. Similar to the junior year, we want this as high as possible to give you nutty trainings. There are some that give you 10% and some that gives you 5% friendship bonus. Try to get all of it if you can. That's basically the core songs that you need to get. All the other ones are just bonuses and you don't really need to overcomplicate it. Some are like speed bonuses and some are with bonuses which are nicer to have than, let's say, the power or guts bonus. Some additional tips: on junior year, it's fine to do 5 songs or even 4 songs given that you get all the friendship training ones. Obviously, there are some ridiculous high rollers that go up to 6 songs or even 7 songs, but you don't need to stress it that much. If you already get the crucial songs, you can still run the career pretty much just fine. In the classic year and senior year, for each life you can do 3 songs or 4 each depending on the coins that you have. Just remember to get these skill point songs, otherwise expect lower results for the career run. This brings us to tip number 5, which is holding song pick during the live. Before doing the live songs, we will be buying lessons and songs per usual. If we have enough coins, usually we can learn lessons and buy up until the song itself. However, there are certain edge cases that you can abuse to minimize the amount of lesson you need for the next live songs. If you get to the song selection screen before doing a live, after you do the live, this song selection screen will still be there. And if you learn the song, it actually counts as you learn a lesson. So the easy way to visualize this is for example, normally in the classic year, you will need to do 2 lessons before getting into the song selection screen. However, if you do this, then you only need to do 1 lesson after you pick the song to get to the next song selection screen. Holding on learning songs is used for min-maxing the amount of coin spent since you can afford spending coin for 1 lesson. Tip number 6. Do not pick lessons if you cannot go up to the song selection screen. If you are certain that you do not have enough coins to go until the next song selection screen, never learn a single lesson. You can save these coins and use it to learn the lessons on the next live. This is because after each live, it will reset the amount of lessons that you need to go to the next song. Here is the amount of lesson you need to get for each song. This is something you need to know for min-maxing the song and the lessons. On the junior year, it goes like this. It takes 1 lesson into a song, 2 lessons into a song, and so on. While for classic and senior year, here is the amount of lesson needed before a song. It starts with 2 lessons into a song, 2 lessons into a song, 2 lesson song, and 4 lesson into a song, And finally, 5 lessons into a song. Usually, most people will not have the coins to go further than the fourth song, so you can kinda ignore that part. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example now. So let's say I'm in a classic year and I unlock the fourth song. Now I'm 5 lessons away from the fifth song selection screen. I already picked up the fourth song and I only have enough coins to do 2 lessons here. The correct option here is to stop right here and do not pick any lessons. If I pick the 2 lessons here now, I still need 3 more lessons to unlock my fifth songs, and this is very bad because after you do the live, the countdown to the next song will reset again. This will reset the count needed to get into the next song, which is 2 lessons again. Because if you just waited one turn and do the live first, after the live, you can take the 2 lessons and directly get into a song selection screen. Tip number 7, which is the last one, is during or exiting the run early if you get bad songs RNG at the start. This scenario is heavily song RNG based. If you get unlucky with the friendship bonus song in the junior year, please just start the run. You're losing out on a lot of training stats by the end of the career if you miss the songs. The same thing goes for the classic year, where you want to focus on the SP gain song. Missing this will result in a huge loss of skills by the end of the career. You also want high friendship bonus as possible by the summer in senior year to get the most out of your trainings. This is roughly 45% friendship bonus from the songs. This is just the recommended number, so do not sweat it too much if you do not get it. Just remember that the song prioritization goes like this. It's the skill point bonus songs, then the friendship bonus songs, and then the training stats one. With nearing the end of the video, this is also quite important but not a tip for higher rating, but it's going to help you on champion meetings. The sparks that you most likely are running in the career are stamina sparks. The reason is that you basically have no source of getting stamina unless you run a stamina card, so you will end up with a low stam stat on the Grand Life scenario. Previously in Unity Cup, we have Rico to cover this, and in Trek vs scenario, we have the races from the scenario itself covering this. Grand Life doesn't really give that much, it only gives you quite a bit here and there from the lessons, otherwise you don't really get any stamina. Anyways, that's all the tip. That's all you need to know for the Grand Life scenario. If you have any question, feel free to join my Discord server in the link description down below. As always, thanks for watching. Dordale here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.